chamber? Okay, I'm Jana from Walmart. Used to be. Yeah. How you doing?
Doing good.
I'm retired now. Hell, Walmart eliminated my jobs. I've been retired since October of 18. Yeah, my boyfriend and I bought a house in Halls 2 years ago that we're restoring. So that's our retirement project. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It does. It's good to see you. You're one of the few people I've seen besides a couple others that I know.
Lauderdale County concerned citizens, we are pleased to co-chair such an event that affords the citizens of Lauderdale County an opportunity to hear the foreign candidates with opposition in the upcoming August 4th election.
We want to make all of you aware that we are broadcasting and live streaming this event. It's being broadcasted on WGRB 1570 AM and FM 104.9 and live streamed on the Lauderdale County Concerned Citizens Facebook page. For those of you joining online or listening over the radio, we also thank you for taking time out of your evening to join us. And before we get started, we would like you to know that we encourage you to wear a mask if you like. If you got here and you do not have one, then there's a mask outside in the lobby and hand sanitizer, whatever you need to help you feel safe this evening.
Shall we pray? Eternal God, our Heavenly Father, we gather here tonight, first and foremost, to thank you for this wonderful day that you've given us. And God, we do not take it for granted. We thank you for the concerned citizenry of Lauderdale County as they come out to listen to their various candidates, share their goals, their ambitions, their dreams for their positions in which they seek to serve. And God, we just thank you for each and every one who come, and we pray that this gathering will be a rewarding. We pray that it will go down in the annals of history. For these things we do ask in your precious and promising and powerful name. Amen.
Okay, so at this time I would like to welcome our moderators to the stage. Our first moderator is Dr. Robin Gaston Kirk. Dr. Gaston is born and reared in New York City, comes from a family of community activists that believe in standing up for what is right and speaking truth to power. She combines her passion for helping people and communities in her professional and personal life. Since 1991, she has worked for Western Kentucky University, Training and Technical Assistance Services Department in the School of Education and Behavioral Sciences. Her job enables her to travel across the country, providing training and technical assistance to Head Start programs, school systems, and community action agencies. Robin lives in Crockett County on a century farm with her husband, Eric. Please help me welcome her.
Our second moderator is Dr. Martha Robinson. Dr. Robinson was born and reared in Halls, Tennessee, along with her 9 siblings. Dr. Robinson earned her educational degree from Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee. Dr. Robinson has amassed more than 15 years of progressive management experience in higher education, state government, academic medicine, and private enterprise. She is a member of the management faculty for Coleman College of Business and Economics at the University of Memphis. Dr. Robinson currently serves as faculty senate liaison for the University of Memphis Lambert campus. She is the mother of 1 son, Justin Elisha Robinson Page. Dr. Robinson, hello, and we want to give her a hearty welcome.
Thank you for that introduction. Now let's get started. So hello everybody. Dr. Robinson and I are honored to be here this evening to moderate what we hope will be a discussion that is informative, constructive, and most of all valuable to the voters assessing options for the leadership of Lauderdale County. We need to do something like this in Crockett County. I was just thinking about it.
Good evening, everyone. The Lauderdale County Concerned Citizens Group is sponsoring this event. The Lauderdale County Concerned Citizens is a nonpartisan citizen group led that seeks to engage the community through citizen participation and education to bring about a healthier local democracy. The views that are expressed this evening by the candidates that you will meet are not necessarily those of the Lauderdale County Concerned Citizens Group, also known as the LCCC. The LCCC has prepared all the questions for the candidates in this forum. The LCC takes no stance in support of or in opposition to any of the candidates. Please note that all candidates whose names will appear on the August ballot were invited to participate in this forum.
So at this time, I'd like to recognize by asking that one person to stand. She is an unopposed candidate for a race, and she's here tonight. Miss Judy Conrad is running for just trustee. Thank you. So before we begin, let's go over some ground rules that will help us get the most out of our time together tonight. So here we go. Each candidate will have 2 minutes for an opening statement to tell us about themselves and discuss why they have offered themselves as a candidate. The candidates will then speak in the order that their names appear on the ballot. Following the opening statement, period, each candidate will then have 1 minute and 30 seconds to respond to each question. Candidates, while you're on stage, a timer with your allotted time will be visible in front of you. You can see it right there. When your time is up, the speaker must immediately conclude his or her remarks. Time limits are closely followed to ensure fairness to all candidates. At the end of each office question and response period, we will ask the candidates to exit the stage. At that time, I will invite the next group of candidates to the stage. During the forum, you will have candidates running for various offices on the stage at one time. Our first group will be made up of candidates running for county assessor, circuit court clerk, and county mayor. Our second group will consist of candidates seeking the position of commissioner for District 1, District 3, and District 6. Our third group will be made up of candidates seeking the position of commissioner for District 4. Fourth group will be candidates seeking the office of sheriff. The fifth and final group will be candidates for General Sessions Judge. This is a quick reminder so we know what the forum is really like. Audience, this is not a town hall. So comments from the audience will not be accepted. Also, in deference to our limited time, please hold your applause till the end of the evening. Candidates, if you would like us to repeat the question, please just ask. Also, do not feel that you have to use up the entire minute and a half for your reply. Okay.
All right. So now that we all know the format that we will follow this evening, let's welcome our candidates to the stage. As I call your name, if you will, enter the stage. For the position of County Assessor, Debbie Mays. Circuit Court Clerk Shawnette Brown and Joanne Edwards. If you will please enter the stage. And candidates, we ask that you will please sit at the table where the numbers coincide with the number on your name tag. Thank you very much. Now, following this group of candidates, we will hear from the candidates for the county commissioners in District 1, 3, and 6. And so now we will allow each candidate to make their 1-minute opening statement. We have one more candidate, Mr. Gary Andrews. Mr. Andrews, if you will, please take the stage. Again, each candidate will be allowed to make a 2-minute opening statement. Again, be mindful of the clock, and once you reach your 2-minute point, you will be asked to conclude your statement. Okay? Our first presenter, for County Assessor, Debbie Mays.
Good evening, and thank you for having me here. And thank you to the Lauderdale County Concerned Citizens for having this forum tonight. As she said, my name is Debbie Mays. I'm the wife of Haywood Mays. We have 4 children, 9 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandchild. For 25 years, with great privilege, I've held the office of Chief Deputy Assessor of Lauderdale County. In November, I was overwhelmingly appointed by the Lauderdale County Commissioners to the position of Lauderdale County Assessor of Property. It has always been my honor to serve Lauderdale County. Hard work, dedication, and love have been put into my work for this great county. Being Chief Deputy and now being Assessor is demanding and a challenging position, but I've always welcomed the demand and the challenge. This position is full-time. It is my hope and prayer that the residents of Lauderdale County will elect me to continue to do this work. Being Assessor is not part of what I do. It is me. It is what I do. I'm often referred to as, oh, you're the lady in the courthouse. Together, let us continue to move Lauderdale County in the right direction, a positive direction. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Circuit Court Clerk Shawnette Brown, followed by Joanne Edwards.
Good evening. My name is Shawnette Brown, and I'm running for Circuit Court Clerk. I'm the wife of Dwayne Brown, and together we have 6 children. I'm the proud granddaughter of late Samuel Moore and Sally Moore, and I'm the daughter of Merlin Johnson. I'm a graduate of Ripley High School, class of 2003. I graduated with honors. I graduated from Bethel College in 2007 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration. I believe my degree has equipped me and qualified me to run for this position. I currently work at Lauderdale County General Sessions Court, where I hold the positions of Deputy Clerk and Bookkeeper. I've worked in this capacity for 14 years. My goal is to move the office forward while treating all citizens equal and fair. It is important to me to serve the community with integrity while displaying honesty and fairness. As the youngest candidate in this election, I accept the challenge, and it's with my greatest honor. It will be with my greatest honor to serve you as Lauderdale County Clerk. I ask for your vote August the 4th, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Joanne Edwards.
I'm Joanne Edwards. I'm a lifelong citizen of Halls, Tennessee, in Lauderdale County. I was born in Halls to the late CL and Violet Burks, and I'm married to David Edwards. We've been married for 40 years. We have 2 wonderful children, Christina and Eric, and we have 2 beautiful grandchildren. I've been working at the Circuit Clerk's office for 17 years. I started there in 2005. I worked my way up to Chief Deputy Clerk, and in February of 2021, I was appointed by the County Commission to fill the position of clerk after Mr. Jennings retired. He was a great boss, and he was a great teacher. He taught us a lot in our office. I am proud to be able to be in his position and carry on his, lifelong dream of serving the citizens of Lauderdale County. And I appreciate your vote on August the 4th. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Candidate for County Mayor, Gary Andrews.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's so good to see everyone here. I have a statement, and I would like to validate it in this place. The statement is called, "Change can be written on everything." And I want to introduce myself as a candidate for the county mayor through a radical experience that I had. I was out in the store, and there was a lady who I gave her my card to vote for me as your county mayor. And the lady looked me dead in my face and she said, "I will not vote for you if you're not fair, if you're not transparent, and if you won't listen to people. I won't vote for you. You should not even be running if you're not going to do that with the people." I still had my card and she would not take it. So I told her, as county mayor, I will be fair, I will be transparent, and I will listen to everyone. She took my card and said, "I'll vote for you." So ladies and gentlemen, I want to offer that to you. As county mayor, I will be fair, I will be transparent, and I will listen to everyone. That lady challenged me, telling me off in the midst of Walmart, but she did not take my card until I told her what I'll do. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like that lady. When I told her what I do, she said, "Give me your card. I'm going to vote for you." Vote Gary Andrews, county mayor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, candidates. Now we will begin with questions and responses. As a reminder, you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to respond to each question. We will start with the Office of County Assessor. First question, Ms. Mays. In your opinion, what are the top 3 skills needed in this position?
Top 3 skills, in my opinion, as assessor, is you've got to be able to multitask. We may be, not only do I work all the deeds that come into our office, but I also do the mapping. There's just 2 other ladies in the office, and our phone rings constantly. There's nothing like answering the phone right in the middle of mapping a parcel. So nothing throws you off like talking on the phone and then having to go back to the parcel you're mapping. So you have to multitask. You have to be efficient. You have to be accurate. Every taxpayer's land that they pay taxes on goes through our office. Every deed that goes to the registrar's office comes through our office. We're responsible for every change that's made in the registrar's office. All of our work then is transported down to the trustee's office. So you have to be accurate, you have to be efficient, you have to be able to multitask. There's so many things that we do. So those are the 3 things that, in my opinion, you would have to be able to be best at.
Thank you, Ms. Mays. Your final question, Ms. Mays? How do you see the role of the county assessor working with other administrative offices like the Register of Deeds and the county trustee?
Well, we're very compatible. Like I said, the documents go to the registrar's office, and then they're passed to our office. It's up to our office to see that all those deeds and everything that goes into the registrar's office comes to our office. We make all of those changes, and our office makes those changes. And after those changes are made, we're audited to make sure that they're made correctly. If we transpose 1 page number, our auditor writes us up for that. So you can imagine how many names, address changes, parcel numbers, etc., comes through our office. And if they're not correct, we're audited for that. When we're finished with it, it then goes to the trustee's office. So our three offices are very intertwined, very compatible. We work together as a team, and we have a very good working relationship. My working relationship with Mr. Summer and Ms. Conrad is second to none. You couldn't ask for a better relationship or better people to work with. So I would say it's very important to have a great relationship with those two offices.
Thank you, Ms. Hayes. Okay, our next series of questions will be for the candidates running for Circuit Court Clerk. Ms. Brown, the first question will go to you. In your opinion, what are the most important responsibilities of the Circuit Court Clerk?
In my opinion, the most important is keeping up with all the records. Our office is based on all the public records, so anything that comes in the office, we have to make sure that it's accurate and that it's correct, and it's people's livelihood. So we have to be very efficient with the paperwork that is filed in our office, and I think that is the most important thing because it affects everyone if we mess up or if we do anything that we're not supposed to. So the people and filing the proper paperwork and make sure that it's very efficient is the most important.
Thank you so much, Ms. Brown. Ms. Edwards, the same question. In your opinion, what are the most important responsibilities of the Circuit Court Clerk?
Well, it is our paperwork because we are the keeper of the record in our office. Everything in our office is public. Anyone can come in and view the records. Everything to be perfect. We have a great team that works in our office, and we all work together to achieve that. We keep our office neat and clean. We get a lot of compliments from different attorneys coming from other places in the state that our office is very well run, very organized, and I do appreciate that with my team of girls. It's very important to keep those records neat and ready for everybody.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. We appreciate that. Ms. Edwards, we'll ask this final question to you first. If elected, what will be your method to ensure that all court records stay up to date?
Well, like I just said, we keep everything organized. When court is over, we scan everything in and we work it up in the computer, make sure that goes to everybody that needs a copy of it, whether it's an attorney or a DA or back into the jail or over to the sheriff's office. We're all a team there at the Justice Center. We all have to work together real closely to make sure all the records are kept properly.
Thank you. Ms. Brown, the same question. If elected, what will be your method to ensure that all court records stay up to date?
Basically, what she said. Once we have court that come into the office, we work up the information right then and there. If you need something, it's available to you, like, right then. So, we'll just continue doing what we're doing, just making sure that everybody gets what they need right when they're needed. The office do run very efficiently, so that's something that we are already doing. So I'm hoping that it will stay the same way.
Candidates, thank you both for that response. The next series of questions will go to Mr. Gary Andrews. Mr. Andrews.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Andrews is a challenger seeking the office of county mayor. Mr. Andrews, in your opinion, which of the county services needs additional resources and why?
Can you repeat that one more time, please? I want to make sure I answered correctly because I could go 5 different places. I want to go to where you asked.
All right, thank you. In your opinion, which area of county services needs additional resources and why?
When it comes to the county services, I would like to sum everything up in the area of community engagement. When I say services, everybody in Lauderdale County, community engagement is the power of our society. I have been to meetings in areas around Lauderdale County. They make the people feel like they are part of something. When you take away community engagement, people are lost. You have people right here in Lauderdale County who have ideas that can take this place to another level. If there is no community engagement, in other words, there are some people who I've got to let them say something to me. Whether I disagree or whether I agree, I give them the option to say something. Now, mind you now, I have the power to either answer or wait, or else I have the power to not say nothing and to say, I'll get back to you. But community engagement allows everybody to be a part of something. Lauderdale County will not advance if people cannot say what they think need to be said. Can I say something to you, Mr. Andrews? Even if you don't like it, yes you can, because you got a right. Because the last time I checked, you pay taxes, and you pay a lot of county taxes.
Thank you, Mr. Andrews. Mr. Andrews.
Yes, ma'am.
Your final question.
Mm-hmm.
If elected, how do you plan to involve residents in the decision-making process within the county?
That's very, very easy. That's the most powerful thing from the position of county mayor is to make yourself available. We have industries, we have things that people want to do. When it comes to our school system, we know a Blue Oval coming, and our school system must be high when it comes to what they're looking for. If you're going to come here, we got to offer you something. So we are doing things to make that happen right now. And so the power is going to come from us engaging ourselves, finding out what works and what doesn't work. I'm a firm believer. I see the commissioners coming to the county mayor and commissioners meeting. I believe as the mayor, I need to go to their meetings. I need to sit with Hall. I need to sit with Gates. I need to sit with Hall. I need to sit with Gates. I need to sit with Hall. I need to sit with Gates. Oh, I don't know what to say it. And I need to sit with Ripley and Henning. I need to sit there with them to figure out, you come to represent there, why can't I come and sit with you? And when I do that, I'll find out the problems we're having and we can address everything. I've got 15 seconds. I went to a meeting and they were surprised to see me sit there. All I was basically was a candidate for mayor. They told me everything. And all I did was sit there. Vote here, Andrews, county mayor, and I'll sit with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, let's thank all of our candidates. Ms. Debbie Mays, candidate for county assessor, Ms. Shanette Brown, and Joanne Evans, both candidates for circuit court clerk, and Gary Andrews, candidate for county mayor.
Okay, now, let's continue. So our next group of candidates are challengers seeking one of 3 positions of county commissioner in their district. So please welcome to the stage Lee Johnston, challenger for District 1, Kenneth Long, challenger candidate for District 3, and Chris Conrad, challenger candidate for District 6. Candidates, please sit at the table. They coincide with the number on your name tag. You see the number. Candidates, as a reminder, each of you have 2 minutes for your opening statement. During the opening statement, you can share your platform and discuss why you have offered yourself as a candidate. Following the group of county commissioner candidates, we will hear from the incumbent candidates of District 4 County Commissioners. So we have a 2-minute opening statement from Lee Johnston, challenger for County Commissioner District 1.
Thank you. Lee Johnston's my name. I believe in giving back to this community. I love Lauderdale County. I moved here in 1999. Always wanted to be here because that's where my family started. My family were some of the early settlers of Lauderdale County. I want to get back to this community, not just today. Since I've been here, I'm on the Carl Perkins Board, chairman of the Ellen Tucker Center. I'm a Rotarian, been one since 1977. And anything I can do that I can help this community, I want it to go forward. I've had 24 years of banking experience, which gives me the financial background to help in the county commission. Got 13 years of experience in industrial recruitment. I was the executive director of the ID board of Covington, and I've also been the chamber director for 13 years on how to get other businesses in. If you don't improve, you'll die. We've got too many opportunities out here. I have nothing against any of my opponents because I'm not running against anybody. I'm running for the job. And I truly believe that I can help bring forward more opportunities, more jobs, and more things that this community can grow and do better. With not only Blue Oval coming, but then the possibility of the casino in Henning, it will definitely help my community. Henning does not need to die. It needs to grow. It needs to get better. Thank you.
Thank you. Kenneth Long, challenger County Commissioner, District 3.
Good evening. My name is Kenneth Long. I am a veteran and I'm a Christian. I'm a husband, I'm a dad, and I'm a papa. I'm a Sunday school teacher and I'm a men's ministry director. I'm a mentor and I'm a volunteer. And last but not least, I'm a supervisor at Komatsu, where I've worked for the past 25 years. I'm running for the office of commissioner because I believe folks are looking for a candidate that thinks like they think, that believes like they believe, and that wants the things that they want. And I believe I am that candidate. My platform is real simple. I believe in God, I believe in country, and I believe in family. And I believe in the citizens of Lauderdale County. And I sure appreciate your vote on election day. Thank you.
Thank you. And lastly, Chris Conrad, challenger for County Commissioner, District 6.
Hi, my name is Chris Conrad. I'm running for District 6 Commissioner. I've been a firefighter for 26 years, EMP for around 20 with Middle Park. All right. My wife and I have lived in Central since 2004. We've raised 2 kids there. We love our community. I work hard every day doing something. I own a business. I own a tree service. So I'm in this community every day, and we need to improve on a lot of things. And I'm a very shy person. I hate being up there. But I had so many people ask me to run. And I want our county to be great. We've got abandoned buildings, trash. It's a beautiful community. We can do better. And one thing, like I said, I work hard. Participation, showing up. There's 8 candidates in my district. I'm here, and I'd like to say, candidate Nikki showed up. That's great because being here, being willing to take questions, to me, that shows you care. Thank you.
Thank you. And candidates, just for a point of reference, when you're speaking and using these particular microphones, you really need to make sure your voice is in the middle of it so they can hear you. Okay, thank you. So now we will begin with the questions and responses. I will vary the order of the questions to the candidates, starting with Mr. Long. First question, Mr. Long. What are the major issues in your district, and how will you address them as part of the commission?
right now, the number one issue I see in the 3rd District is the condition of the road, secondary roadways that are running through our town and running through our communities. We've got to remember, if we have potential businesses wanting to move to Ripley, Lauderdale County, and they see that our secondary roadways are in disrepair, the first thing that they're going to think is, these folks don't do such a good job of maintaining these roadways. How are they going to take care of me and my business and my family? We've got to remember that our roadways are the red carpet that we roll out for every visitor that comes through our town, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Conrad, you have the same question. What are the major issues in your district, and how will you address them as part of the commission?
I think with District 6, it's the same with all the other districts. We've got high crime, we've got a lot of blight, there's abandoned buildings. We have shootings quite often. And I know every town and community has that, but we can do better. And trash. You go out, when you leave here, go by Walmart, go down any road. Any business that's coming here or somebody that wants to invest in this county is going to see trash. We can do better, and if elected, I will do my best to help District 6 and the county.
Thank you. And Mr. Johnston, you have the same questions. What are the major issues in your district, and how will you address them as being part of the commission?
Thank you, ma'am. Crime's the number one. And we had a Juneteenth celebration, and a man was shot. Every time you turn around, we've got something in our neck of the woods. We've got something. We've got a new police station. We've got police officers, but we need more funding because we still have this problem. It won't go away. We've had 2 buildings to burn in our town. I remember when Henning looked wonderful when I was growing up, and it can come back again, but it's going to take some money. It is going to take some money to be spread in our neck of the woods. It is a wonderful community. The folks are great out there. We have the road problem too, but we've got to fix the crime problem first.
Thank you. So our final question will go first to Mr. Conrad, and it is, in your opinion, what are 3 challenging issues Lauderdale County will face in the next 4 years, and how will you address them?
All right. I think the challenges that we'll face is with Blue Oval coming in. I feel like all the surrounding counties, rental houses and everything, and property values are going to go soar. It's going to push more blight our way. So if we don't get some good jobs in here, what we're going to have is more problems. So I want us to have more business. It'd be nice to be able to go to a movie or go and have a steakhouse. You pretty much have to go to Memphis or Jackson. And I'd rather spend my money here. And like I say, I'd like everything to be clean, nicer, and safer. Thank you.
Thank you. That same question will go to Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnston, in your opinion, what are 3 challenging issues Lauderdale County will face in the next 4 years, and how will you address them?
Thank you, ma'am. With Blue Oval coming, there's so many different things that we've got to be prepared. With all the folks coming in and things, we got to make sure that housing will fit all the needs of the people coming in. We've got to see that there's got to be child care for these folks. We've got to make sure that we're on top of it with our school system. I believe that they are working on it. There are several committees now going on, and I'm part of several of them, to try to prepare ourselves for this flash flood of people coming here. We're going to get a lot of good folks, and we're going to get a lot of folks that maybe they aren't quite as good. So I want to do that. And another one, when we look at getting the casino there are things that we have to do beforehand to make sure, because a casino doesn't bring in any kind of real estate tax or anything on there, that we don't get the sales tax. And we've got to prepare, we've got to work out deals with them so that we'll be able to have businesses off of them but close by, so that when they go to the casinos, that they will be able to use steakhouse or whatever, and we'll get the sales tax to help fund these things. I want to be a part of that. And then earlier, like I said, we still got to work on this crime thing, and I know there's money out there to help all of our area services that are desperately needed. Thank you.
Thank you. So, again, thank you to Mr. Lee Johnston, candidate for County Commissioner, District 1, Mr. Kenneth Long, candidate for County Commissioner, District 3, Mr. Chris Conrad, candidate for Commissioner, District 6. Candidates, you may leave the stage.
Our next group of candidates are incumbents seeking 3 positions in District 4 for County Commissioner. Please welcome to the stage Commissioner Xavier Lawrence Andrews, Commissioner Kate Jordan, Commissioner Tommy Sanders was invited but is unable to be with us this evening. And again, if you will sit at the table, hear the numbers that coincide with the number on your name tag. Thank you. As a reminder, each of you have 2 minutes for your opening statement. During your opening statement, you can share your platform and discuss why you have offered yourself as a candidate. And then following this group of county commissioner candidates, we will hear from the candidates for sheriff. Okay? We will begin with Commissioner Xavier Lawrence Andrews. You have 2 minutes, sir.
First of all, thank you to the Lauderdale County concerned citizens for this forum.
Could you speak up just a little bit, please?
Thank you so much to the Lauderdale County concerned citizens for this forum. Thank you so much for allowing us to come and be a part of this forum. My name is Xavier Lawrence Andrews. I'm married to a lovely young lady named Brenda Dickerson Andrews. We've been married for 27 years in October, so we're excited about that. We have 5 children, 4 boys, 1 girl, 5 grandchildren, and we've been blessed to have a set of twins as our last 2, Malachi and Malaysia Andrews. We're so thankful for that. I serve currently as the director of the Provincial Alliance of Lauderdale County Anti-Drug Coalition. Also serve as chair of the Lauderdale County Health Council. Also serve as maintenance security and custodian at the University of Tennessee Martin Ripley Center. Why am I here? I'm here first of all to be a voice for the community in District 4. We're definitely excited about working with our district and seeing what can we do to not only build on what we're currently doing, but to take it to the next level. That's why we're so excited about running and going for re-election. We're doing great things in our district. We've definitely seen some improvements in our district, but most of all, dealing with the citizens in our district to improve roads, improve educational opportunities for our youth, being motivated, being challenged with the issues that we face in our district and as a county. So thank you so much for allowing us to come.
Thank you. Commissioner Kay Jordan.
Good evening. My name is Kay Jordan. I've been in Ripley for the last 30 years. I was brought here from Komatsu America Corporation, where I worked for 40 years prior to my retirement. I have 1 son and 1 grandchild. I'm a member of Elam Baptist Church, where I'm very active within my church. This community has become my home. I've been here for 30 years. It's been good to me, and I try very, very hard to be good to it. I have been a part of the County Commission for the last 8 years. I've never hesitated to ask questions on circumstances and situations that I'm not familiar with. I've always been taught that the only wrong question is the one that you don't ask. And you can't make a solid decision unless you have all the information. And it's important that you make sure that the people within your district and the county at large are being properly taken care of with the circumstances and situations within the county. We have to be able to differentiate between city issues and county issues. It's part of our responsibility to enact ordinances according to federal and state requirements. And as a part of the budget committee, it's part of my responsibility to oversee the financial stability within this community. Not just District 4, but Lauderdale County at large. It's been my honor and privilege to serve the people of Lauderdale County for the last 8 years, and I look forward to continuing to do so for the next 4. Thank you.
Thank you, candidates. Now we will begin with questions and responses. I will vary the order of questions to the candidates. We'll start with you, Commissioner Jordan. The first question, what do you think is the county's role when it comes to economic development? What do you think is the county's role when it comes to economic development?
The county is the cornerstone of the economic development situation within Lauderdale County. Even though there are 4 different municipalities, it's the county's responsibility to ensure that every municipality is equally adhered to, the situations are adhered to within all of them, so that everyone can equally participate, and so that all of the people, it's not a one-man show. We've got 4 cities within this county, and it's important that each one of them equally is involved in the things that are about to happen here. Everyone is excited about Blue Oval coming here and the Ford operation, but we've got current industries that are here that need our assistance. We've got people who are here. We don't want the cost of housing to escalate so high that people can't afford to live here. So it's our responsibility as the county commission and the county at large to make sure that in preparation for what's coming, we continue to prepare for what's already here and subsidize things that are necessary, make sure that the people that currently live and support this county are being adequately taken care of.
Thank you very much. Same question. Commissioner Andrews, what do you think the county's role should be when it comes to economic development?
The county's role when it comes to economic development. I believe that the role of the county when it comes to economic development is to first of all educate our youth on the importance of giving back to their community. One of the things I feel like when it's the county's role is when it comes to federal and state funding, because the administration has done a great job of incorporating things for the school system to educate our kids that they might receive an education and go off and come back and put back in the community that have served them. But we have to do that through our infrastructure and our industry, making sure that we have roads and everything that are properly for entrance and for exiting. And also what is important is education. Job shadowing is very important when it comes to that road, because we've had several conversations about Blue Oval. That is important when it comes to educating our youth and preparing them for the positions that are open, because we'll be 45 minutes to 50 minutes from Blue Oval. So educating our youth and getting them motivated and an educational perspective for these jobs, and letting them know, hey, you can go to school now, get certified, get trained in truck driving, computers, machinery, maintenance, and engineering, and come right back in the community and do great things right here in the community. And what does it do for Lauderdale County? It brings it all back home.
Thank you both, commissioners. Your final question, our first question will go to Commissioner Andrews. Is it important to keep your constituents informed, and how will you do it?
Yes, ma'am. It's very important because we're actually the voice of District 4. We love District 4 dearly. We pretty much know everybody in our district. Demographically, it's very wide. But our goal is to not only receive information in our meetings, on our county commissioners meeting, but also take it back to the community, but most of all, encourage them to come and be a part of the meeting. as we represent the district, you also come and be visible and see what's going on in your district. We have been very influential in getting some roads done in our district that was considered pretty much undrivable. And we are thankful to be a part of that, along with the current administration and with the commissioners, not only in our district, but in Lauderdale County in general. We're excited about where we're going in our district, what we're doing with our district, working with the other commissioners in other districts, and seeing what can we do to not only improve our community, but get the citizens involved. It's easier for you to say something, but not come and hear something. And I'll close there with this. If you are not helping to solve the problem, you are the problem. Quit complaining and come. And things will work out. I'm proud of our district, what we're doing in our district, and I'm excited about moving forward. So vote Xavier Lawrence Andrews, County Commissioner of District 4. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Andrews. Commissioner Jordan, final question, same question. Is it important to keep your constituents informed, and how will you do it?
It's extremely important to keep them informed, but visibility is paramount. People need to see you. People need to see you in the community. They need to see that you are available. You need to be entreatable. People need to be able to come up to you, ask you a question. You may not be able to give them an instant answer, but if you tell somebody that you're going to look into a situation, it is imperative that you do that. People have come to me and asked me questions about various circumstances within the county, within the district, and I have no problem during the county commission meeting asking a question. I have no problem asking, seeking an answer, and telling them why I'm asking. Transparency is key. You need to be people need to know that if they ask you something, you're going to give them an honest answer. And it's the only thing, people don't want to just see us when we're running for election. People want to see you at the park. They want to see you at events. They want to see you in Walmart. They want to be able to address you when they see you. I had a lady come to me from Henning who had a problem. I'm not her commissioner, but I helped to resolve her problem. So we must be open, transparent, and visible.
Thank you to the incumbent county commissioners of District Commissioner Xavier Lawrence Andrews and Commissioner Katie Jordan. Candidates should be now.
Our next group of candidates are seeking the position of sheriff. Please welcome to the stage Brian Kelly and William Whitson. Candidates, please sit at the table that coincide with the number on your name. Sheriff Steve Sanders was not able to join us. He's ill today. Candidates, as a reminder, you have 2 minutes for your opening statement. During the opening statement, you can share your platform and discuss what you have offered yourself, why you have offered yourself as a candidate. Following this group audience, we will hear from our final group of the night, which is the candidates seeking vacant position of General Sessions Judge. So, 2-minute statement. Let's start with Brian Kelly.
Good evening. I'm Brian Kelly, your 2022 candidate for Lauderdale County Sheriff. Been married to my wife Janet for 33 years. We have 2 sons, both with families of their own, 2 grandsons who also act as my campaign managers, Keegan and Cullen. I started my law enforcement career in 1989, and I retired in April of this year. My platform is simple. Like most of us, I want to see safer schools. I think we can accomplish this by enhancing our SRO program and being more involved as a law enforcement agency with our school system. I want to see this happen, and I'm resolved to do so. Also, want to heavily invest in our patrol and investigation divisions. I want to invest in the training, technology, and equipment necessary to make sure that they do the job necessary to get that job done. I also want to restructure our drug unit. I think it is imperative that we rebuild that and have those guys working hard to battle the drug problem that we have here in Lauderdale County. Right now, our drug unit is non-existent. We have one investigator covering a huge county. So that is one thing I would like to see done. Also, the community policing tax, I want to address that. I want to make sure we're on the same page as our citizens that we're sworn to serve and protect. To make sure that we're on that same page and we're all getting along and doing what we need to do as a law enforcement agency to hear the complaints and to answer those complaints. I'm Brian Kelly, and I humbly ask for your vote and support to be your next sheriff. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. William Whitson.
Hello, my name is William Whitson. I moved here to Lauderdale County. You hear me now? All right. My name is William Whitson. I moved here to Lauderdale County 37 years ago. Been in law enforcement ever since I got here. I've worked for every sheriff since Ted Sutton. I've served this community the best I know how, trying to be fair and firm and consistent with everyone. I've got to work with the kids of this county the biggest part, 15 years, and I consider them my kids, as every SRO does. We would die to save them. We've got some good officers there. We do need to do some work on it. I want to be a sheriff of the people. I want to be available. I want to be honest. I want to be ethical. I want anybody to be able to come to that office and talk to the sheriff. If that's who they're wanting to talk to, that's who they're going to talk to. I will be at any meeting. I need to be a sheriff that's available to the commission. If they have issues, or if I have issues, they need to know. We can work together and make this county a lot better place, but we have to work together. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we will begin with questions and responses. I'll vary the order of the questions so that the candidates will be able to, same question. We're going to start with Brian Kelly. So first question. Brian Kelly, in light of reoccurring events in the community that involve drug crimes and gun violence, as sheriff, what policies do you see could be implemented to decrease the crime rate in Lauderdale County?
I'm glad you asked that. That is a very good question. And considering what's happening right now in our community, we have to take steps to make sure that we address these issues. First and foremost, we have to acknowledge that there is a problem. There is a gang problem here. There is a drug problem here. We have to take steps to address that. As I mentioned a while ago, we have to rebuild our drug investigative unit that just so happens to be my background. I spent many, many years, not only on a local level, but also on a federal level investigating drug crimes. So that is one thing that I want to implement, is getting the drug unit back up and running at full speed so we can at least combat this issue. The gun violence is not going to be tolerated. I can tell you that. We're going to put a stop to that. We've got to invest heavily in our patrol division and our CID units to make them knowledgeable what to look for as it pertains to gang activity, to where we can shut this down before it takes place, and our patrol divisions can know what they're looking for to stay safe first and foremost, but to save lives as well. I think if we invest in our school systems too with SRO program, if we can save one kid from getting involved in gang activity, that's a win in my book. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Whitson, in light of recurring events, this is the same question, in the community that involve drug, crimes, and gun violence, as sheriff, what policies do you see could be implemented to decrease the crime rate in Lauderdale County?
Well, being available and visible is going to help to start with. You got to be in the communities if you're going to help them. Showing up after something happens is not really going to help the problem. You got to be there to help curb some of the violence and some of the thefts and stuff. You can keep it from happening if you're not sitting in office. You're going to have to build relationships with the people in the community, the younger kids. They're going to have to trust you that what you're saying is in their best interest. And you're going to have to show them it's in your best interest. But now when it gets to the point, once you broke the law, if you're out here selling drugs or you're out here shooting at folks, there's already laws on the books. You do that, you go to jail. And you should get every minute of time that you can get. But we need to work on keeping it from getting to that point so we don't have so many young people locked up, and we can build a better county that way.
Thank you. Okay, so our final question will go to Mr. Whitson first. If elected, what are your goals for Lauderdale County Sheriff Department?
I'm going to build a ethical, well-trained department of the people. There's certain jobs that's mandated by state law, the jail, service of civil papers, arrest warrants and stuff, but there shouldn't be a community that don't know their officers. There shouldn't be a meeting that's held in this county that the sheriff or a representative of his is not at. If there's questions from anyone, it don't matter if they just moved here and they're homeless or they're the richest person in this county, you have a right to ask that question to your sheriff and you should get an answer. If you can't get an answer right then, they should get back with you. You should be able to talk to anyone about anything at any time, if legally you can do that. But you have to be there. Thank you.
Thank you. My final question for Brian Kelly. If elected, what are your goals for the Lauderdale County Sheriff Department?
To be the best sheriff's office in Tennessee. I want to build a department that's not constantly losing officers to other agencies. I want to be that place, that sheriff's office that other agencies seek to come to. We have to take steps to do that. Standing still and looking around is not going to get it done. We have to be able to go to the commission and tell them what we need, why we need it, and explain it to them in a manner which they're looking out for the best interests of this county too. That's their job. So if we explain that to them, they're going to give us what we need to work with, and we're going to take that and work with it. We have to administer this stuff and be very responsible with what we do. We have some big changes coming toward Lauderdale County. We have to be ready to meet these changes. With Blue Oval coming and a possible casino, we're looking at possibly a big spike in crime in certain aspects of that community. Well, we're going to have additional personnel, additional equipment. I'm looking to do that and structure our department to where we can meet the needs of the people of Lauderdale County to the best of our ability and do it as fiscally responsible as we possibly can. But nevertheless, our first obligation is to you, the citizens. Thank you.
Thank you. So again, thank you to the candidates for Sheriff, Brian Kelly, William Whitson. Candidates, you may exit the stage.
Lovelace. Candidates, we ask that you please sit in the position on the table that coincides with the number on your badge. Thank you. Candidates, remember that you have 2 minutes for your opening statement. During your opening statement, you might want to share your platform and why you're offering yourself as a candidate for General Sessions Judge. We will begin with Tracy A. Brewer Walker.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Tracy Brewer Walker, and I am married to Daniel Brown Walker, who is a native here of Lauderdale County. And at the end of next month, July, we will have been married 18 years. I'm running for this position because I believe that I am the best candidate to be the General Sessions Judge. And that is based upon my experience. My legal career started in 1995 when I was appointed as an assistant DA for the 25th Judicial District. In 1999, the DA placed me in Lauderdale County, where I prosecuted in the juvenile court, the General Sessions Court, and the Circuit Court. I have prosecuted all types of crimes from the most simple to the most complex, from juvenile court to General Sessions, where there are misdemeanors and there are felonies, but the misdemeanors are where that court has jurisdiction. Prosecuted domestic assaults and DUIs, then in circuit court, rapes and murders. In 2006, I opened up my own law office, and I've been practicing here in Ripley, Tennessee for over 15 years. I've been practicing not only in criminal matters, but civil matters. In addition to that, in the last 5 years, I've been the Ripley City Judge presiding over civil cases. In my experience as a solo practitioner, the best way to treat people is like that of a prosecutor. You do it with your due diligence. The system needs both. You have to have a balanced approach. In addition to being the Ripley City Judge, I've also...
Thank you. Candidate Scott Lovelace.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the LCCC for having me here and everybody for being here. I'm Scott Lovelace, and I'm running for General Sessions Judge. I'm a 1987 graduate of Ripley High School right here in Lauderdale County. I went to undergrad at Memphis State. I did my Juris Doctorate at the University of Memphis. It was the same place. I've been married to my wife almost 13 years, Natalie. We have a son, Jeb, who's 9 years old. He's almost 10. We have an office in the old Farmers Union Bank for the older people here. It's the Regions Bank if you're the younger people. We live there, and I'm the son of the late Jackie and Glenda Lovelace, and I grew up right here in Lauderdale County. I've been practicing for 18 years, 17 of which have been here in Lauderdale County. I've been the municipal judge in Gage for 16 years, and I'm the municipal judge in Henning. Have been for a few years. They just got their court back up after the COVID scare. I practiced in the juvenile court, the probate court, circuit court, the appellate court, Supreme Court, federal courts, and federal bankruptcy court, which is a little bit different. But the majority of my time has been spent in General Sessions Court, and the vast majority of that time has been here in our General Sessions Court. I understand the problems. I understand the issues that we're facing here. I'm familiar with the court. I know what needs to be done, and I'm willing to do it. I'm ready and willing because this is my county, and 95% of the people that I know and care about live here and always have. We have to do something about what's going on, and I appreciate your vote for General Sessions Judge. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ms. Brewer. judges have an obligation to improve the public understanding of the courts. If so, how will you carry out this obligation?
Improve the public understanding. Could you explain?
Improve.
Improve the public
Yes.
understanding. Yes, I believe that it's probably incumbent upon any judge to make people aware of what's handled in each court. The General Sessions Court handles all misdemeanor cases, civil cases up to $25,000, and all felony cases come through that court for determination of probable cause. And everybody needs to understand that the misdemeanor crimes are the bread and butter. We have general jurisdiction in Lauderdale County General Sessions Court, which means that every misdemeanor crime, all these crimes come through here. And so it's incumbent upon any judge, I think, to make sure that the people understand what the court to continue that type of behavior, and that leads to those felonious crimes later on. There's room in our jails for violent offenders and for repeat offenders. I understand that some offenses have to be probated, and there's not enough room in the jails to accommodate everybody that needs to be in there. And so we can't build enough jails for that. But there's room for the repeat offenders and for the violent offenders and for the repetitive theft. We need to draw a line in the sand and show them that we're not going to tolerate this type of behavior. And another thing, I'm going to assume that if a person bonds out of jail, that they have enough money to hire their own attorney instead of burdening the taxpayers with the public defender's office turning around and defending them for a crime. They have the money to get out of jail. They should be hiring their own attorneys. And I think that's going to put, if the prospect of criminal behavior becomes a lot less attractive, we'll have less of it.
Thank you both candidates. So again, let's thank our candidates for general session. And while they are exiting the stage, I will take this personal point of privilege to share that I am very proud to have been born and raised in Lauderdale County and received an excellent education in the Lauderdale County school system, Halls High School and Halls Elementary and Halls High in particular. So thank you, educators and leaders, for all that you have done and the positive impact that you've had on our lives.
So before we hear the summary closing remarks from the co-chairs, Dr. Robertson and I wish to thank you all for demonstrating your civic concern by attending, this is a beautiful thing, watching or listening to the event. We want to thank the candidates and of course you, the audience, for the respect you showed throughout the evening. Don't forget now, we've heard all these great things, but now it all comes down to one thing. Don't forget Election Day. It's Thursday, August 4th. And the polls here will open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So you've got all day to really get your vote in. Also, early voting starts July 15th in Ripley, and a new thing, July 18th in Halls at the Community Center. So at this time, Dr. Robinson and I will turn the podium over to Reverend Laura Jean Dallin and Reverend William Jarrett.
We want to thank our candidates tonight for their participation and their willingness to run for these important offices, and we wish you all good luck.
Special thanks to Ripley High School, Lauderdale County Election Commission, WTRB 1570, and FM 104.9. We also want to thank the Vail Flower Shop and Halls, Jeff Belton, and members of the Lauderdale County Concerned Citizens. We thank you, the audience, for coming. God bless.
Let us pray. Gracious and wonderful God, as we leave tonight, we ask your blessing on our community and on those candidates who have stepped forward to be a part of what this community can be. Lord, we have heard a lot of words tonight, but you have taught us that action speaks louder than words. And so for these candidates, we ask that you open their hearts, that you give them courage and strength and wisdom. Lord, we just ask that you be with them so our community can move forward in every way possible. Lord, we thank you.